is a place that is under the sun, 133 square miles. Even though we're very small, come visit, you'll have a ball. I tell you, this is a paradise. A lot of people don't know we have nutmeg and cocoa. That is how we came the Isle of Spice. So in 1974, Uncle Gary fought for so. That is when we became recognized. But that wasn't sufficient. We wanted independence, so we could be proud like Trinidad. Gary came back from England. That day was liberation. He brought back the ice, gold and green flag. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary to my little country, to my little country. Now won't you join with me and sing this melody? We celebrating 50. Let us live in unity. Put away political party. Even the blind could see this year is history, our golden jubilee. Now I know there was a time under the British rule, Grenadian was still treated as slaves. Man, we could not go to school, we wore the white man footstool. Thank God we Uncle Gary was brave. That is why in 51, the man he created a storm. He fought to preserve my heritage. He made the whole sky turn red with very little bloodshed. That is when we turn a brand new page. Equal rights was what we want. That was very important for we to uplift our standard. Black people was not relevant. We could not even walk in pant. Now that part of we history revamp. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary to my little country, to my little country. Now won't you join with me and sing this melody? We celebrating 50. Let us live in unity. Put away political party. Even the blind could see this year is history, our golden jubilee. Might have the opinion that we are not independent, and in many ways you are not wrong. But we must have sustenance, not to mention some brilliance, in order for us to move along. Everybody needs someone, no matter your reputation. Sometimes we all need a helping hand. No man is an island. I came to that conclusion. We all need someone to function. This is not time to separate, time for us to elevate. Grenadian, it's time for you stand proud. We have to articulate, we are an independent state. Now to the whole world we singing loud. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary to my little country, to my little country. Now won't you join with me and sing this melody? We celebrating 50. Let us live in unity. Put away political party. Even the blind could see this year is history, our golden jubilee. Now I say before I go, we have some national hero, Aline Francis and Kirani James. I was there to bear witness when Miss Hazel and Regis took Grenada to the Olympics. Then Grenada bought champagne when Miss Jennifer Houston became Miss World in her sweet campaign. Then we have Maurice Bishop, the man lift the country up. Up to now we can't stop call his name. Now you see in Calypso, we have Black Wizard and Ajamo, Mighty Sparrow and Valentino. Even some politicians like Kit Mitchell and George Prison, we have to make sure their name live on. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary to my little country, to my little country. Now won't you join with me and sing this melody? We celebrating 50. Let us live in unity. Put away political party. Even the blind could see this year is history, our golden jubilee.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yes, and good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name's Sheldon Scott.
Dr. Rod.
Always wonderful to be here with you. Saying a special good night to each and every one of you joining us via the various mediums.
Some call you a little baby. Others say you Johnny come lately. Oh, yo. But they don't know about your history. All the things you have been through was too much for you. Yet you had resilience to stand them. Revolution, intervention, and coup. Yet you produce some beautiful children. This is the land that has famous people like Junior Murray. This is the land Anderson Peters and Champion Kirani. Land of my birth. Let's celebrate 50. We cannot let off my birth. Let's celebrate 50. It would be great. This is the land we produce people like the mighty Sparrow. This is the land Randy Isaac Becky with Zeda Jamo. Land of my birth. Let's celebrate. We cannot wear off my birth. Let's celebrate 50, it would be great. We don't talk much about your troubles. No, no. You have been through many struggles. That's true. Yet you rose up from the rubbles. Yeah, yeah. Proving resilience as a people. Storms and hurricane. Yet you came back again. Even COVID-19 couldn't stop you. So much destructive human try to destroy this island. Yes, we're standing strong as a nation. This is the land. Let's remember the godfather of this country. This is the land. The right honorable Eric Matthew Gary. Land of my birth. Let's celebrate 50. We cannot let off my birth. Let's celebrate 50. It will be great. This is the land. Yeah, Mary Shokit, Mitchell and Deacon. This is the land. Some strong leaders that come from this island. Land of my birth. Let's celebrate 50. We cannot wear my birth. Let's celebrate 50. It would be great. Big celebration for my little island. Let's celebrate. Oh, let us celebrate. Big celebration for my little island. Let's celebrate. Whoa, whoa, let us celebrate. Let's celebrate 50. We made it to.
Just giving you all a point in time. Yeah, build the numbers, man.
Celebrate. Let's celebrate.
Remember to call a friend to tell a friend. Talking Points is on.
Let's celebrate.
Saying a special good night to you, Zayla. You know, must call the children first, eh? Good night to you, Zoe. Bedtime. Zelia. Zelia, I'm fine, I seen you. Neela Namara. Deshaun.
We have killer boys without free and squeezy. This is the land.
Good night to all of you. Martin and Miss V down there. Yeah, down there in housing scheme. Good night to both of you.
Land of my birth. Valiant and Lady Cynthia. Land of my birth. Lava man who live back and electrify.
I'll say it's competition for the independence strong tight way.
Land of my birth. I just cannot mention everybody. Land of my birth. All Grenadians just sing this song with me. Land of my birth. Land of my birth. Land of my birth. Land of my birth. Land of my birth.
before. And it's like she don't really go nowhere. In fact, they know that she has been in river since that day. But I am her son, a devoted one. With the rod and staff, I'm here on her behalf. Just to issue a simple message. Exercise some restraint. I want to tell children hold some strength. Hold some strength. Give her some time. She's not yet in her prime. She's only 15. Oh, she's still growing, still maturing.
Say a special good night to those of you listening via not we, Lord. We Noise Radio. Nelly said we FM. We Noise Radio, those of you joining us tonight, we say a special good night to each and every one of you.
In a lot of trouble, financially they are unstable. So before you criticize her, please consider. She faced rival, gun blast and gun, sky red and more. Couldn't keep her down, them Yankee gun. She's still alive, many others would not survive. So please, please, please give her some time. She's not yet in her prime. She's only 15. Oh, give her some time.
I think I have somebody who might be only 15 right now. You know. Let me say a very special good night and happy birthday to a lovely lady. I'm not pull up a picture there, man, and thing. Yeah, let me say a very special happy birthday to this lovely, lovely lady, the Honorable Clarice Modeste. A very, very, very special happy birthday to you. Yes, in fact, watch, we busting that tune. Let you bust the tune. We go play the birthday tune for? Yeah, man, we playing the birthday tune. Yeah, we gotta play that one, yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Ooh, everywhere. You're not getting older, only getting better, only getting sweeter. I know so much wiser. This is your day. This is your day. This is your day. This is your day. Like fine wine maturing, so pure, sure and sparkling. It's so reassuring to know someone so loving. This is your day. This is your day. This is your day. This is your day. Happy birthday to you. May all your wishes come true, my darling. Happy birthday to you. Long life, sweet dreams, and all Jaja blessings. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. You have a nice day. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. May good things come your way. It's really a pleasure to know such a treasure. There's nothing to compare with your style and grace, my dear. This is your day. This is your day. This is your day. This is your day. You're truly delightful and also insightful, amazing and funny. You're such great company. This is your day. This is your day. Oh, this is your day. This is your day. Happy birthday to you. May all your wishes come true, my darling. Happy birthday to you.
Yes, indeed.
Long life, sweet dreams.
We say happy birthday to the MP for St. Mark,
Happy birthday.
the undefeated, the mother of the House of Representatives.
Happy birthday.
And in fact, we handed her the Senate as well.
Happy birthday. May good things come your way. This is
The Honorable Dr. Clarice Modeste.
your day. Happy birthday. Your day. This is your day. This is your day.
Yes, indeed, folks. It's now 13 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. Time for us to get on with the discussions.
Such love and devotion, heart big like an ocean, so precious and so kind. What a brilliant mind. This is your day. This is your day.
Yes, indeed. So once again, a happy birthday to you, Dr. Modest. And folks, yeah, as you can see tonight, we're discussing when last you see your MP. No, really and seriously, we have to ask that question. And we're not speaking about the members of parliament on the opposition benches. No, we know you're seeing them. We know you see Honorable Dr. Modest. Even today, her birthday, I'm sure you see her up there and she's around, right? We know for a fact Kate Skeeter, Louis Peters, up and down and all over, even though she has a job she's doing and her family, and so she makes the time to ensure that she interacts with the constituents. Yeah? The same with the Honorable Emlyn Pierre, the same with the Honorable Dr. Keith Mitchell, the same with the Honorable Peter David. We know that these people interact. But when last you see your MP? St. John's. Because, you know, the other night we were speaking about some of the things that the new National Party has achieved and some of the challenges. I was listening to Scholar song and I say, well, wait, Scholar finally realized that Grenada survived all these things and Grenada has been developing and moving forward and so. But if you listen to his calypsos for the last 20 years or so, you'd have never believe is the same person there that say people was bad talking. Remember, if this is like heaven, then I prefer to go to hell. Who sing that? Singing about it's only 50 right now? Yeah. Give it some time. It's you that sing that, you know. Yeah. You sing all them other songs. Ban your belly, this, that, the other, all these things. Was the same Scholar that sing it. Right? But I'm asking the questions. Yeah? When last you see your MP? And what have they been doing? Because I am still in the process of trying to find out. I'm still in that process of trying to find out and trying to get information about any new initiatives that have been started by this administration, except the destruction of the economy, except the send home program that continues because they try to give you the impression that they're not sending people home and so. And last night we got one. I've been getting different messages from people that have been going home from different areas. But as I told you all before, they're doing it drip, drip, drip. They're not doing it in a way that you send home like they realized they made a serious mistake back in 2008, at the end of 2008, by sending home all the money one go. They learn from that mistake. So they're sending them home, but they're not doing it en masse. Is 2 here, 3 there, it are 1 here, you send them home. So over a period of time, because I'm pretty sure if the question and when that question is posed in Parliament of what were the number of people under the Imani program as of June 23rd, 2022, and how many people are under the program now. Good night to you, Joyce. How many people are under the program now? You'd get a clear understanding of what has been taking place in the background. And don't let them give you the belief that, oh, they've been finding jobs for so much of these people and different things like that. They have actually sent home quite a significant number. And remember, since 2022, they have not been hiring people under the Imani program. They have not been taking new people under the program. And was explained by Dr. Mitchell as well when he was on a couple nights ago. Now here it is that you are increasing, and nobody is saying it's wrong to increase the stipends of the Imani trainees. But there was a reason, there was a structure to the stipends. If you want to increase, and you increase across the board, number one, let's just go over it carefully. Number one, it was a lie to tell the Grenadian people that you're increasing the Imani stipend by 500. That was the story they were floating. And if that was so, then all the Imani trainees would definitely have received a $500 increase. Sisters and brothers, that is not the case. What they have done is they've decided that no Imani trainee must work for under $1,200. So they have simply increased the stipend of those who were under a particular figure so that it would get up to $1,200. So those who were working at $700, for instance, they would receive the $500. But others who were at $9, and so they just give them the difference to bring it up to the $1,200. So to go out there, and they had their activists going out there and their mouthpieces going out there saying that, oh, look, we giving the Imani trainees $500 extra. That is not so. You're giving some Imani trainees an additional $500. It is not across the board. And then they chastised the NNP for the fact that you had a graded approach due to qualifications for the people under the program, which was done as a measure to encourage those people who were at the lowest pay grade, who did not have the qualifications, to encourage them to go and get qualifications. And it worked. In many instances, you had these young people going to evening classes. In fact, many of the MPs under the New National Party paid out of their own pocket for many of these trainees to go and do their subjects. When the time came for them to actually pay to CXC and so to do their subjects, many of the MPs actually paid out of their own pockets to assist these trainees to go and get their subjects. And when they get their subjects, they let the Imani Secretariat know, and their stipends were increased to the new level due to the additional qualifications that they had. Now, that incentive is gone. Because whether you have subjects, you have no subjects, or you have 2 subjects, or you have 5 subjects, you are being treated the same by the NDC administration. There is no incentive for the people under the program now to attempt to increase improve themselves or increase their qualifications, because now you're treating everybody the same way. Yeah? So there was a reason why it was the way it was. But they came in and they say, well, okay, we're doing that. Yeah? So they've done that. But look, have they brought in new people under the program? Could it not have been in a way that you maintained who is in the program, but you bring in new people? They're spending $15 million on independence. They're releasing a $50 note at the cost of what? 2.5 million or something like that. A $50 note that they're going to distribute and say it's a keep note for people to keep and so. Yeah? So they're releasing that. They say it's going to come out sometime in February. I think they're going to have some launch or whatever in February for that keepsake note that they're coming out with. Was that really necessary? Could that money not have gone into a program like the Imani program to expand and give an opportunity? Because it means that the people that have left the education system in 2022, all of those people, none of them had the opportunity, whether it's 2,000 or 3,000 or how many, none of them got the opportunity to get into a training program like the Imani program, so that at this time they would have 2 years training in a particular field. They never got that opportunity. Neither have the people who left school in 2023. And now we're into 2024, and you're not hearing any plans. All you're hearing is about, well, at least you were hearing that from the failed minister who was fired. You were hearing from him. I know you see that MP, you see him on TV when he get fired. And the man go and take his fire on TV, you know. Yeah. You were hearing that they're going to change the names. They have to change the names. Changing the names is nothing. Changing the names of a program is nothing. Is the program actually doing something to benefit the young people of Grenada? There's the Youth Enterprise Program. You could have taken $1 million instead of going for this note. You could have taken $1 million and put it into the Youth Enterprise Program. I know many of you saw under the Ministry of Youth, you saw Honorable Kate Skeeter Peters Lewis going out there and handing out to these young men who were under Project Fly and Youth Biz and different things, giving them power washers. Has this ministry followed up with those young people to make sure that they're operating a local business? You don't hear nothing about them again. Nothing. Honorable Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters went all around this island. She got the young people in St. Patrick all the way down to South St. George. You had young men and so on that were going into graphic design who said they want to set up music studio. They got computers, they got a little microphone and different things to do that little mixing board. Drum machine, well, what does call it? The MPC or whatever they call it. They got the little equipment to set up the little studios to be able to produce music and so on. Give them an avenue to channel their energy and their talent and so into. That is what the Ministry of Youth was doing before. You had young men who said, well, okay, at least if I get a weed eater and I get at least 4 or 5 people that can say, well, okay, every week you come here, you have 2 or 3 people to do per week. The money that they make from that, they would be able to sustain themselves. And then by the time they save a little bit, because the ministry is supposed to be monitoring to see how you're spending, how you're making your money and you're spending, and you're supposed to keep your books and so on. Is this ministry doing it? Yes, you fire the minister, but you bring another incompetent in. In fact, you replace incompetence with more incompetence. Because we've seen what happened to the Ministry of Health. The things were so bad there that you actually had to bring 2 people in, although one is just for a facility. But you had to bring 2 people in. And now that same individual coming in the Ministry of Youth and talking about, this is the year of the youth. Well, that's the same person that was saying last year was the year of health care, you know. Last year was the year of health care. And this is the year of the youth. So I ain't looking for much from them. Because I do not believe that they are competent. I believe they have been a failure. And they ought to have been the same thing as the minister. They should have been fired. That's my personal belief. You don't have to agree with it. I believe they had to be fired. They should have been put out. Where are the young men who had the power washers and the weed eaters and those who got the little equipment and so on? Where is the opportunity for the young people who were getting to do the driving with they're getting to do surveying and so on and equipment operation and so on? Bobcat, they were learning to use Bobcat and so on under the various projects that the Ministry of Youth had. Getting involved in the construction industry. Some of them were getting opportunity to go and learn to do electrical and other things. And also assisted in going into TAMCC. You have people who have passed through that Imani program that they run the name on. Yes, we're going to change the program. Changing the name, but changing the name without having a functioning program. What is happening with the young people from the year 2022? What is happening with the young people from the year 2023? And what is going to happen now, because you're going to have a backlog and you have young people coming out in 2024. You know, I often remember when the new National Party came into office, within the first 3 days, outside of the fact that we had already had a plan for when we came into office, we were not running around like some people are running around right now like headless chicken. We had a plan, we had a strategy of how we were going to deal with different areas, be it the economy. Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell was sworn in the day after the general election. You know the first thing that he did? He went to the back of the Grenada Trade Center. Yes, it was the Grenada Trade Center in 2013. He went to the back of the Grenada Trade Center and met with the officials on the Ministry of Finance and so on. Was Mr. Timothy Antwine. You had 1 or 2 others there. You had the late head of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank found himself in Grenada when he hears is Dr. Mitchell going and win. He was here. I'm trying to remember his name. Ex-GBSS boy, but from another island. His name used to be on the money too. Found himself here. Dwight Venner. Dr. Dwight Venner. Found himself here. And they had a meeting because there was a plan. There was a strategy of how you are going to deal with the various issues that are facing Grenadians. We have issues taking place here right now, like youth violence and so on. Where are the MPs? They're talking about the young and the this and the that and the other and so on. Some of them need to go and sit down on the bamboo bench with us and wait for the grandchildren to come out from school who talking about they are young. Come and sit down on the bamboo bench with us in the evening and wait for your grandchildren to come home from school. That is craziness. That is absolute craziness. So you have these situations that are taking place and you have absent MPs. We had a meeting at the Grenville Bus Terminal in 2013. The intention was to restart the Imani program with 2,000 young people under it. We were going to bring in 2,000 young people under the program. When we got up there, And we saw the volume of people coming in. I remember Dr. Mitchell coming there. And in speaking, he said, well, no. Honorable Emlyn Pierre went to him and she said, Doc, you see what's going on? And right there, they said, no, we have to double this thing. We have to take in more people than we had originally planned. Yes, we budgeted and we said we're going to take in 2,000, but we have to expand it. We have to take in a further 2,000. This administration is there. Nothing. Nothing. They're not moving forward. Anything. They're talking about moving forward. The only thing moving forward is their bank account. That is the only thing that is moving forward. Their bank account. Nothing else is moving forward. Just their bank account. And this is craziness. So you ask yourself, they came in. They spoke of continuing the new National Party projects. Well, they had to, because if they didn't continue with the new National Party projects, they had absolutely nothing. You look at the south of the island. And I was having a discussion with someone recently and I said, they keep saying that the MP in the south of the island is doing so well and the MP in the south of the island doing a lot of work and so on. Go and ask people in the south of the island. As I said to some folks today, they're probably talking not about South St. George, they're probably talking about South St. George, because it had to be after the airport heading south. Because, okay, if we speak about, let's look at projects that are ongoing in South St. George right now. I live in South St. George, I can speak to them. You have the playing field in the Limes that's being graded and so on. You had the pavilions that were built there and you have the lighting that took place there. You have the road that was repaired in the Limes, was actually repaired before the general election. So all of those projects inside there are actually the work of Senator the Honorable Norland Cox. He was the one that initiated that. Right now you see the lights going up in Montrouge, another project of Senator the Honorable Norland Cox. Those lights were already ordered in, coming in, everything just to set up. That was Senator the Honorable Norland Cox. You have lights in Springs, Cox again. You have, let me see. You have, I'm trying to find a project that they actually did. You have the work that's taking place up in Guankai, Senator Cox again. All of these things were things that were started under Senator Cox. When I tried to look now and say, well, okay, what has the MP for South St. George actually done? I could point to two things. Paint black and white in different areas and plant some pumpkin down on, they call it Pumpkinville? Right. Plant some pumpkin down on the what they call it again? Wall Street. They cleared out an area and they said they were going to shift Wall Street there, and then when they realized they end up in legal trouble because the land was owned by people who decided they can't just come and do that there. When they realized they were ending up in legal trouble, they had to leave Wall Street right where they. And then they plant some pumpkin and flower and say that's what they do. Yeah? So what original project, what original idea have they? Well, they say it doesn't have original ideas. But in the south of the island, what original idea, what project have they brought to the people in the south of the island? Yeah? They come on the Grenada Road, right in the back of where I live, and they come on the Grenada Road. They grade it and they put some binders. Snap picture and they throw it up. Yeah, work is taking place, man. Transformation. They didn't come back and put nothing else on that road right now because it gave the impression that what they was coming to do next is to cement the road. Not another thing has been done on that road, but they snapped the picture because they want to give you the impression. Again, as I continue to say, this is a government that's all in aesthetics. They're in how things look, not the reality. Yeah? They like to give a fake picture, a fake image of how things are. I've been hearing the concerns of the people, for instance, in St. John. I've been hearing the concerns of the people in St. John. Because they know what they had before. They know and they knew what they had before. And a lot of them sorry, that they made that mistake. A lot of the people in St. John who made the mistake, they are sorry that they made that mistake. And if given the opportunity, they would reverse the mistake that they have made. Because they know what they had before. You're telling me in a place like St. John, you have the medical facility that was completed under the new National Party, just to fill it out. Just put your equipment in, put your different things and so on, and staff it. And you can't do that? A facility that can be used for not only the people of St. John, but it can also use for the people of St. Mark and even as far as St. Patrick. Instead of coming down to St. George, instead of having to come down to St. George, that these people can easily use that facility, whether it's dental care, whether it's to birth a child, whatever it is, that they would be able to utilize that facility. And when they utilize that facility, they would not have to go through coming down to town, or for some things that, like they get a wound or so on, that could be handled there instead of having to leave and come down to the general hospital. So you're hearing the complaints of the people in St. John. And I'm not just speaking about one part, all parts of St. John. You've been hearing the complaints. Not only they ain't seeing the MP, because it has gotten to the stage now that some people don't want to see the MP. It's one thing when people say, me ain't seeing you. It's the next thing when people get to the stage of, I don't want to see you. And that's the stage it has gotten to now. It's gotten to the stage of, I don't want to see you. Yeah? You have a similar situation when you go to St. Patrick. Same sort of thing. The one or two little projects, some of them, some road projects in local area that just to complete and so that was there from the new National Party. They just don't like who the contractor was. They find that contractor was a friend to somebody in the NNP, or that contractor probably they see them in an NNP rally or so on, and they decide they ain't completing that. Look, in St. Andrew Northeast, in St. Andrew Northeast, just to move forward with the cultural facility, took a lot of back and forth, and you had to quarrel and this, and you had to, for them to move forward with the Simon Cultural Center that's being rebuilt now. Because they say they had to change things on plan, and they had to change this and that. That's what they went and they're doing Molyneux too. They went and they interfere with what they're not supposed to interfere with, and now the whole thing has ended up in a whole debacle. That a road that was supposed to be completed since 2022, well, not 2022, sorry, 2023, that you're now hearing is going to be completed late, possibly. Because the Prime Minister, when he was speaking earlier this week, did not want to give a commitment that it will be completed. That you have a road that is now going to be completed way down in November. So the inconvenience to the people on the west coast of our island continues at a point in time that it should have been completed. That road should have been completed, and people should have been motorable and people passing there already. And I'm not blaming the contractors. It's the government that came in that just want to say they changed things, so you're not supposed to interfere with the hillside. That is what Senator the Honorable Nolan Cox, who was the Minister of Infrastructure, said. That is what Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, who is the MP for St. George Northwest, said. You're not supposed to interfere with the hillside. They interfere with the hillside, they find themselves in problems. Now they have to go and do additional work. Now you have to go and put in wall, so in case it's a landslide, all this thing going to pass under a bridge and go down, and all this kind of situation now. Because they did not listen to what was being done before, and they went and they do their own thing. So that's the kind of nonsense that we have taking place. And I was speaking to someone recently, and I have to say this. I wonder what's going on with the busmen. What going on with the bus? I find all the busmen, all of a sudden, all the mouth was very loud and all it was most vociferous under the new National Party administration. But all of a sudden, a lot of all you get quiet now. Yeah? The potholes and all the potholes disappear. All the potholes disappear and all the issues that you're facing disappear. Because the same, where's... I ain't too sure I wanted to get into that one tonight, I ain't even sure I want to get into that one. But where's the National Bus Association? Let me ask that question. Where is the National Bus Association? Yeah? You talking, look, busmen, the New National Party capped the price of fuel at $15, so that if the price of fuel went over $15, they would keep it at only $15. If it went under $15, you weren't paying $15. You're paying whatever it went. If it went down to 12, 9, 10, whatever it is, you paid that. Good night to you, Daria. And good night to you, Alban Harris. Good night, good night, good night, good night. Nimrod, good night. Yeah. This government removed the cap. They removed the cap that the New National Party had placed. And after they removed the cap that the New National Party placed, the price went above 15. I hear all you. If that was the New National Party that had done that, the next government had put in a cap, and an NP had moved it, you would have heard from all you. And we know that the price of parts and so on continue to increase. The consumables, the brakes, the tires, everything, we know that the prices continue to increase. But all you know, everybody get quiet now. Because see, there's a certain level of hypocrisy in this country. When is the New National Party is one story. When is the NDC is another story. Let's take a call. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Scott. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good, man. When last you see your MP?
Compliments for the season, brother.
Quite fine. When last you see your MP?
My MP, she always there. Always seen her.
Who's your
But
MP?
I can't see that one. I can't see that one in Guabatal. I don't know if she living in under the bridge. Or she living in the sky. You can't see that one at all.
Maybe an air
And
hostess.
she call us. She don't call them commoners already.
Maybe you have a secondary job as an air hostess. You never know.
Where you have to be. These people only come there for one purpose, man. It's to just to entertain themselves and make themselves look happy.
Well, look, I'm
Because
hearing
I was
now.
listening Jenny today.
I'm seeing now that
And just
Pearls.
before I go,
Hold
I
on.
want to ask the Prime Minister, if he had children, if he was lies so for his children, everything that man say lying. I mean, yes, he's a lawyer, yes, but everything you have to tell lies. Man, and people Grenadians have to figure out the man now. They come to realize that man telling a lot of lies. And they see it before their eyes, is lies upon more lies. The Prime Minister could never say something and he come true. He had to say something to lie. Why is it like that? And we have people in the churches, they know the man telling lies, they've seen the man telling lies. And yet they don't say nothing. The church goes silent. Even the bossman you asking a while ago there for, the bossman goes silent. Because me and one follow today. I see them coming back, all little evil. Look at all they talk about it. I understand they tell the people now, hold the dollar. They go give the school feeding free. Right now, the school balling. I understand some school up, some of my sorters up there. Wanted some kind of school for the disabled children. They asking to come and take the children because they don't have food. And these men talk about how they giving the children food. A big man today telling me yes. I say, boss, this sense the government come, they take out that. They never put it back. This government just sending us lies. And lies upon lies upon lies. And the lies, you ask me, you seen 2000 what happened to them? Or the lies, they come back and they realize, lies come back and they come back in the same face and,
So
and the nation vote them out.
What do you think would have
Same thing
happened?
will happen.
Hold on. What do you think would have happened if the NNP had removed the cap on the fuel and still raise your inspection and your licensing fee? And your license fee.
Did I take the street?
All right.
Not only the street, you don't see them with big placard. Hey, NNP did this, NNP did that. Nobody don't say nothing now. Everybody must go, they get quiet. But I'm speaking of sheldon. Because and anyway I'm speaking, because I NNP to me heart and I was always tell them that. I ain't giving up. I don't pretend, you know. I got strong NNP. Me heart green. Me boots green. Me clothes green. I just strong NNP. And nobody will move me. I don't work with about boy. You know something this politics thing? I say when I do was there and others give me fire. No, I can function, I can make it. Because Grenada and is now lying for them. And they see me before their eyes, I telling lies for them. And special and they're making them go, you know. They're making a lot of them go. But they send them one by one.
Of course they are.
They're sending them home. Because upon time today, one of my friends go home. Another one go home. I say, Lucy?
I've heard of several that have gone home first thing for the year. Like instead of coming to work, they get a call, they get a note, don't bother to come in. You know, I've heard of
Yeah.
several instances of that happening.
Sheldon, not only that, I want to know that money my man get. Mr. Ron Redhead, that offer. You have to tell
Well,
the nation about the offer. You know.
I wouldn't know about the offer.
I
What
want to
I'm
know about
saying,
the offer.
hold on. I have heard, I've seen where the MP for St. Andrew Northwest has postulated that the possibility is that the gentleman is being paid a minister's salary not to be a minister. So, and she did not give the source of that money. I believe that that is a question for the Integrity in Public Life Commission, the Integrity Commission. If that is so, there are several, how do they say it? Several serious breaches of the Integrity in Public Life Act, and that's a law, eh? That's not just
But
some rules, that is a law,
this
and there are
thing is in
several breaches if that is taking place.
Sheldon, is this thing in effect under the Sellers Amendment?
The Integrity in Public Life Act is law.
Yes, but
Whether they like it or not.
You think this fellas looking at the law? Look at Ron Redhead, go and mash up them people and them go and put billboard share that kind of thing. Take a van, take a vehicle and sell it, that kind of thing. You think they care about the law? They men don't believe about the law. They men realize they have power and they violating the powers they have. So nobody will stop them. But don't worry, they go out. They go out and we go see how much power they have when they're face the court. They go out. And they go not fast, eh?
Yes,
They
indeed.
go not fast.
All right.
And I understand again today, Sheldon, if number 10 is going, a lot of them not be going already, you know. And even they understand too, they try to bribe Miss Kate too.
But they ain't
Bring
gonna
Kate
get
in?
they ain't gonna get through even if they try.
Yeah, they try Kate. They try
This
Miss
is
Kate
not-
to bring her in.
They
But Kate don't take the
can't.
bribe. She don't take the bribe. We don't falling for stupid.
No. I ain't even call
You
it.
better
Listen,
fall for man, you fall for nothing.
I don't even call in Kate naming them stupidness.
Yeah, well, Miss Jenny was saying so.
That is Miss Jenny, is Miss Jenny, Sheldon is Sheldon. I don't call in Kate naming them thing they.
You understand?
I know Kate better than Miss Jenny. I've known Kate Skeeter Lois Peters. I've known this young lady since roughly about 2006, 2007, working along with youth groups in the St. Andrew area. She was always at the forefront working along with youth groups, particularly in the Paradise area and so on. So the Ministry of Youth,
Right.
which I was attached to, used to do a lot of work in that area. And every
Right.
time we went up to cover, she was always one of the key people involved in the community work there. Whether it was painting the bridge or having some forum or some activity or so on, she was always involved. She didn't just come into this youth thing, she's been in it for over a decade. Yeah.
Alright.
So when they approach somebody like that, if they approach, I ain't even calling she naming it because I know they ain't gonna get through.
Right.
They ain't gonna get through. Yeah.
Well, I just want to say good night to my parliamentary representative, Dr. Modest, Ms. Dubois. Good night.
All
And those on the NMP team, we need to work. We need to have some serious meeting coming up, eh?
Yes, of course.
And then we need to make some meeting because we have a lot of activities coming up and we have to put ourselves together. I want to say good night again to my political leader, Dr. Mitchell. Good night. And I wish you God's blessing and long life and strength. Don't worry. Yeah, they don't want you back. They don't want you back. But you will be there to guide us because you are guiding. You are a man that could guide. You're not like them. You only could talk things with your mouth.
All right,
And
my
when
brother.
the words just go out. And no action. So then have a good night, brother.
Thank you very much.
We just have to pray for
Right.
these people and them that God will just move them out.
Okay. All right. Thank you
I
very
pray for God
much.
to move them out because they don't ready yet.
All right, call. I have another call on the line. So thank you.
Yeah,
All
good.
right, great. And we have a call on the WhatsApp. Hello, good night.
Yeah, good night, sir.
Good night. Go right ahead, caller. You're live.
Yeah. I was listening to news and I heard that the government intend to bring a law to allow them to be able to dispose of government properties easier. I'm not sure if I'm correct.
Yeah, it's
there-
not just dispose. It's the Procurement Act. They want to amend what is known as the Procurement Act. And let me just give a quick explanation before you continue. The Procurement Act is when, for instance, a ministry has to purchase items, or they have to, let's say they're going to purchase Let's say they're going to purchase printers. If it costs under a certain figure, the ministry could make the decision where they're buying it and buying it. But if it costs over that, and I can't remember, I think it's 15,000. But if it costs over that, then you have to get a bid from 3 companies and so on, and you choose the best bid in relation to purchasing that item. So there's the Procurement Act that states how it is done, and it also states the figures in relation to how much you don't need to go to a bidding process or how much you need to go to a bidding process with, and so on. So they're trying to change the figure from a lower figure to 100,000, I believe. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they're attempting to do.
Okay. Well, because I wanted to understand that. Because I know last time they were able to dispose of properties that government properties and even properties that wasn't belonging to the government. They did that. And so I thought it was the same thing. You know, that they're coming in to make it easier because the laws that you passed to prevent them from disposing of government properties easily, I thought this is what they were trying to repeal. Mm-hmm. You know? So
well,
that they'll be able to...
As I did not hear the news, I do not know if that is also being done. And it is possible that is being done as well. Yes? I do not know because I didn't hear it.
When I heard that, I mean, you know, it can make goosebumps because I realize right now what's happening is that we don't have enough money around and we're looking for monies. And so if it means that we have to dispose of some properties, I mean, we'll do it, right? But I don't want to be correct on these points, right? Let me be wrong, okay?
Mm-hmm. So let
me be wrong on this point.
Let me find out though, which station did you hear it on, MTV or GBN?
No.
Which station did you hear the report on, MTV or GBN?
I think it was GBN.
Okay, so I'll check it out myself.
I think it was GBN.
Yeah, I'll check it out myself as well.
You check it out because I think it's serious business. And then when I heard that we might be having a new governor general, and a name was suggested, I said, wow. So everything seemed to be falling in place because the gentleman suggested is one that was brought online. A clip from him you played the other day, was stressing about integrity in public life. Mm-hmm. Mr. Integrity himself. And I thought, you know, so let me stop here. With what you have said, you're going to investigate, yes. And I'll hear more from you.
No problem, my friend. All right, thank you very much. And let me just let you all know that Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will be the guest on the To The Point program on Monday, GBN's To The Point program on Monday. It is my intention to broadcast that interview, which means I may come on for the first half hour because they generally start at 8:30 and they finish around 10ish. So I would come on for the half hour leading into it, and then at 8:30 when it starts, we just broadcast it up until 10. Yeah, because if we go on, GBN, nobody will watch GBN if we on, but we want to make sure that we give the attention to the political leader, former Prime Minister, leader of His Majesty's opposition. So on Monday night, that is when Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will be on Beyond the Headlines, the night program. Thank you very much, listener, for that correction on the Beyond the Headlines program. So we're going to look forward to that one. And let me tell you all, don't stay there and play you all not calling and thing when Dr. Mitchell, because some of you just sit down, you could call, you ain't calling, and then afterwards you want to complain when other people call. You call. Yeah? Make sure all your call-ons are saying it open. Call. Right? When the phone lines are open, make sure that you all call. Right? And the phone lines are open here. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. When last you see your MP, and somebody tell me something significant that one of the present MPs in power has done in their constituency to the benefit of the people of that constituency. Somebody tell me. I'm still waiting to hear. Yeah, I'm still waiting to, outside of completing, and we're not going to be speaking here about completing projects that the New National Party were doing already. Yeah? We're not speaking about, you put up no, those lights, you got them there. We're not talking about, traffic lights and so on. No, the traffic lights were already ordered. They were already, some of the parts were here. The rest came in and it was just to put them up. So that is not an NDC achievement. Yeah? So what? What really? The work taking place on the stadium, all you fire on because all you realize that everything that he had to do. Remember, when it came to the independence celebration, the key man there, the key minister dealing with that was supposed to be Ron Redhead, Folks, how independency are you all feeling right now? Yeah? How independency are you all feeling right now? You all feeling like independence outside of when we come and we play some music here and so on? How independency are you all feeling? Do you all intend to attend the activities that are happening? Do you all know what the activities that are happening are? Do the activities cater to you? Do you feel part of the 50th anniversary of independence? Or is it a case as just another day? We'll stay home and cook oil long that day. Or stay in the community and cook oil long that day. Or whatever it is. I hope it is enough breadfruit. Cook oil long that day. Because I don't get that feeling. You chop a few buntings in tongue and so. And people has always said don't give ideas. But did this administration or the committee that they have in place, did they speak with the business community in the different areas? Did they speak with the business community in the town of St. George and say to them that, hey, it's the 50th anniversary of independence. We want you to contribute. We want you to dress up your place. We want you all to come together and dress up the streets. Or they just say, we have $15 million. Let me just go and show some bunting in town. That looks like $15 million in bunting to all you. $15 million for some bunting and some lights on the carriage that already rusting. All the base of them rusting. And I agree with the caller last night. Those things do not improve the aesthetics of the carriage. It look kind of okay in the night when you put on the light, but during the day, we have a call online. Good night. Good night, caller. You're live. Go right ahead.
Good night, Sheldon. How are you?
I'm quite fine. Go right ahead.
Very good. Well, it's a sort of question, if you may put it. Like, if you, like NNP is in opposition, okay, or a party is in opposition, going into an election, okay, you have a platform, and whether election is a year or 2 years or 6 months away, you normally, what do? You have planning, right? You plan, when you see what's front of you, you do additional planning. You may have short-term planning and then long-term planning. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, go ahead.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yet we, after almost 2 years now, we yet to see something. I mean, yes, let me say, change of government come for a month or two, you may do assessments of different projects, what was left behind by the previous government, and if there is correction ever to be made, you made it to suit probably what you want to do, right? Mm-hmm. And then you do some input or you have project work, but we up to now, we're not seeing nothing of that nature. It is just the NNP roll-off projects that is being finished off, or maybe some still there to kick off. Yeah? But we're not hearing or seeing anything constructive. Yeah?
Because I'm even trying to figure out if there are any legacy events for the independence, and I can't think of any legacy events, anything that's being done that's 4 years down the road, 5 years, even 3 months down the road is going to have some continued benefit, except to those people who get the contractors who get the money in their pocket, and don't worry, the contractors' names will come out.
No, what I'm trying to say is that, we are still on a sort of standby still situation in a sense. Mm-hmm. We're not seeing anything like when Dr. Mitchell came back in power in 2013 from Trade Center. If I'm wrong here, correct me please, right? Mm-hmm. He went right away and had meeting with the financial sector. Well,
the only thing that
the Ministry of
The
Am
only
I right on that?
No, the only thing you're wrong on is he didn't leave the trade center. He went into Mr.
Well,
Bido's office.
yeah,
Hold
he
on.
went on a meeting, right?
Hold on. He went to Mr. Bido's office at the back of the trade center.
Right. So, I mean, I'm not that much wrong. Anyhow, so right away, you start working, and within 5 months or 6, we've seen complete turnaround of the economy. Right? So, you have a proof there. Yeah? So, but we are yet to see, changes and movements of projects and different things. Yeah? We're not seeing that. So if you are there for 2 years, I mean, in the government and nothing, how long do you have to wait? Or you're still planning?
Well, you see, that's the difference, and that is what I was pointing out earlier, my friend, and I'm glad that you kind of brought it back again. It is when you look at the NNP coming into office in 2013, meeting a serious economic situation, a serious situation when it came to young people and etc., and to immediately be able to address that because you came into power with a specific agenda of how you're going to develop your country. There was a plan, there was a strategy, and you had competent people to carry out that strategy and to implement the policies that the political party in office had developed. You don't have that with this NDC administration. It's all knee-jerk reaction. Yeah?
Yeah, it's very sad because we are in a standard situation in the sense that we all waiting. We see this happening, that happening. Everybody is like operating on their own mode, which is, I mean, this is not governance. Yeah, we want to see more betterment of the nation. Yeah, many times we hear people speak, and it is very saddening to hear the people speak in that such manner. Yeah, I mean, this is governance we're talking about. Whoever is in power, that is not a problem. But we want to see constructive governance. Yeah?
Yeah.
We're not seeing this. We want to see things rolling off. I mean, even some of the little roads and things which were fixed Christmas time just lasted for maybe 3 to 4 days, maybe for most, and the holes reappeared. I mean, nothing is done in a proper manner.
My friend, you're into business, and two of the measures that the present administration implemented within the first year, that they said was going to change the Grenadian economy and was going to improve and boost things and so on, was one, the payment of the pension. That didn't materialize. They paid the pension, but the effect on the economy that they spoke about, it did not materialize. And the second one was the issue of the reduction of the freight costs on the port, and that didn't happen either.
It didn't. Yeah, it didn't. And even now we're seeing it is very sad. Okay, let's say it's okay for Sheldon, it's okay for me, but the majority of the people are not okay. So how I could be okay? Yeah.
Because who benefited from the second one? That was the reduction of the freight. I think government went $6 million or so. The business community, it was not passed on to the average Grenadian.
No.
Yes.
No, actually, now the freight is now, we are now getting not what was done here, but now are the changes we have made on the outside. Now we have an effect on the
freight. Yeah.
I can tell you.
And what is taking place outside is affecting the cost of the freight now and bringing it down. Yeah.
Yeah. That is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I heard that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. But we need to see some more economic activities being rolled. I mean, painting and planting flowers. This thing is not going to do any good. We want to see more people in action, and that is where you're going to have a turnaround in the economy, because there are a lot of people who are complaining. I mean, as I said, it could be okay for me, it could be okay for you, but if there are complaints from other people, most of the people, then we cannot be okay. I cannot be okay. Yeah, we want to see something serious to be done. Anyhow, have a good night, brother.
All right, thank you very much. And let me say a special good night to my St. Lucian I know what it is with me and St. Lucians. I just love them. And I have no family in St. Lucia. And if you talk about St. Vincent, yes. Barbados, yes. Trinidad, yes. But when it comes to St. Lucia, that's one of the only islands I don't have blood relatives in. but these St. Lucians just love us. So let me say a special good night to my St. Lucian programs. Yes, Ron, Julian, no, I did not get an opportunity to listen to Jenny's program today. I did send out a note that it was on, but I myself did not get a chance to listen to the program. I listened to it tonight. I usually, when I get home in the night, I spend some time listening over different things. So I will take the opportunity and listen to it tonight. All right, 440-7377. That's the number for you to get on the inside. You can call us directly or on the WhatsApp. And also 347-329-3101. That's the other number. Now, why would somebody try to message to try to throw me off from the program? My friend, I read the first message halfway, deleted it, deleted everything else you said, and then block you. So, I mean, why are you wasting your time? Huh? It's our other program for all your good. Hey, we have a caller tonight. Hello?
Senator Scott.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, listen to you, man.
Yeah, go right
But
ahead.
I heard something from Jenny today about some ferry between Guyana, Trinidad, and Barbados.
Yes,
But
the government.
I heard that a few months ago about Grenada was 4 of them together.
Well,
How come right now it's only talking about 3? What happened to Grenada?
no, the governments of the different countries went ahead. Dr. Keith Rowley, Mia Motley, and President Irfan down there in Guyana. They went forward with it.
So but what happened to Grenada? How Grenada get left?
Our Prime Minister has to answer to that. Because Mia Motley, Keith Rowley, and Irfan, they get together and they do the thing. Yeah, if you don't want to be part of it, they ain't bothering with you, they ain't gonna let you hold them back, they go ahead.
And that's not the first time we getting left. I notice we get left for the cricket. We getting left for too much time now, Sheldon. What is going on? What is going on in our country? What is going on with the leadership?
Incompetence, it's clear. Incompetence. It is incompetence.
No, something is totally wrong. And it's time for the Grenadian people to speak out. Ask the Prime Minister what is going so wrong. For the last 5-6 months, every month you're hearing something is not right. Look at the independence celebration is coming up. You know, New York quarreling, that Grenada they're quarreling, they can't get nothing right. So who we have as leadership, who we have leading and towing the line, we got to do better than that. Look, independence is coming. We have $15 million. You know? You have a little thing on the car and I didn't see nobody. What's going on? We got to do better than
And
that.
my friend, if they knew from the time they came into office in 2022, they knew that 2024 was Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence. And yet still, with the incompetent that they have, they did not prepare properly. So now you see them scrambling. In fact, people should have known since the middle of last year, all the activities that are taking place and be hyped towards it. No, just days, not even months away, a couple of weeks and days away from the independence. We are now on the 11th of January. Independence is the 7th of February. You're rushing now to try and encourage people to go to activities?
And I asked the question before already. Why nothing taking place? Why everything is so dead? What are we going to do? After the independence, then we having something? After the 50th anniversary, then we go start celebration?
Let me tell you, it's good that we have people like Louis Salab. And I saw that GBN story yesterday with him and that painting that he's doing right outside of the Sendal Tunnel. You know, Louis is an excellent artist and so on. And he's doing a wonderful job. So people like him are the ones that doing the thing, you know. Then you have people like Made in Grenada has that Calypso show that's coming up, looking at 50 years of Calypso in Grenada, where you have people like Wizard and Inspector, and you have a few of the over the years. And it's so you realize it's people outside of government who showing their patriotism and getting things done. Meanwhile, from the government, you're hearing they have 15 million, so you see some lights on the carnage. That rusting already.
I saw it started big here already.
Well, it's
But the
salt
thing
water.
about
It's next to salt
come
water
on,
and it's
get
metallic.
The right people, forget the politics, and get the right people to get this thing done. All what you care about is a $50 note, and we gonna make back money and we gonna make that. You understand what I mean?
I hope they
Because
don't
Sheldon,
print
in
too
the
much.
first place, we should have paid the people for the Christmas, give them a nice thing. So we have a nice build-up on Christmas, right through independence celebration. But we didn't do that.
You see, now you giving advice.
Well, you know, we
You
from
just
the
tell
old
me,
school.
you just tell me, you know you're giving advice.
Yeah, I know, but we from the old school, you know. That's what to do. Put some juice in the thing. So Christmas, make sure, you know, your workers get a double salary, you know what I mean? And say, look, you know what I mean? Instead of that, you squeeze the people. You can't do that, man. Anyhow, you have a good one, listening.
Okay, my friend. Thank you. And someone is asking me if after the businesses here that government have 15 million to spend for independence, if the business is going to put out money, no, they ain't going to put it out. That is why you had to speak to them, because they knew since 2022, they knew before they come in office that this year was the 50th. So when they came into office, this was one of the priority areas that they should have been looking at as under Ministry of Culture and so on, and specifically under the Celebrations Committee. They should have been looking at this area and contacting the businessmen and saying, this is what we want to do. This is the idea that in the town of Grenville, we want the businessmen to come together, and you all are the ones that are going to do the buntings and the rosettes or whatever it is. And we're going to flood Grenville with color. And the ones in St. Mark, and the ones in St. John, and the ones in St. George, and the ones in Grand Anse and so on, that they would have been the ones that took the lead, that took the lead in relation to that. But no, you have $15 million, so you go and you buy some cheap bunting and you go and you string them all over the place and you say, well, yeah, independence time. Yeah? Independence time. That's what they needed 15 million for. But find out who is the contractors. Find out who are the contractors who are carrying out some, not all, some of these jobs, and who is subcontracting to some. And I'm not talking about the decoration and thing. I think they pretty much been fair. I'll be honest, I believe that they have been pretty fair from my perspective when it comes to the decoration and so on. They give this one, they give that one, and so on. That I could understand, right? But in a lot of other areas, what did I say? Follow the money. Follow the money. Yeah? In a lot of other areas. Right? Because there's so many. Yeah, somebody is asking what's going on with the $50 bill. The $50 bill, from what I heard the Prime Minister saying earlier this week on a press conference, will be ready next month. And there will be a launch. I think it's just around the Independence Day itself. Not on the day, but just before, just after. There'll be a launch of the bill, and then the bill will be available for purchase. Yeah? So I hope they don't print too much and it end up staying on. Well, the thing will stay on the hand, people will take it and spend it. You go in the bank and you'll get it, and you'll spend it. And so I know how much the $50 bill cost. The $50 bill cost $50. I don't know. Yeah, so we're going to hear all of that. Probably at the launch, we'll hear some more information in relation to that. So we look forward to that information. All right? Nice. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Folks, remember, on Monday night on Beyond the Headlines, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will be the guest on Beyond the Headlines on Monday night. And let me say a special good night to you, Sheldon, out there in Brooklyn. And also, let me say a special good night to my relatives out there in the UK, my relatives on my mother's side out there in the UK and listening locally. And of course, we have a condolences to say to each other, right? Yes, so condolences to each and every one of you that I haven't spoken to so far. Yes, condolences to each and every one of you. Right? 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Yeah? So, usually I just say what I have to say about, I want to congratulate that reporter, GBN Chrislina John, on that excellent, I've been seeing some of her reports and I tend to like her reporting, and that excellent report she did in relation to Louis Salab and what he's doing there, and a lot of her human interest stories and so on. So I'd like to congratulate her on that. Not all the time you just have to bash people. Sometimes you could congratulate people too and tell them they do good when they do good. And she's doing good. Yeah? Nice. Beautiful. I think we have a caller on the WhatsApp. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Okay. It doesn't seem as though that caller wants to speak. So, yeah, we'll have to think right. 440-7377 347-329-3101. Someone is asking if the $50 is going to be. I don't know what the price of it is going to be. What I'm saying is that more thought and more foresight needs to be placed into how you're doing things. We're having too much knee-jerk reaction to things in Grenada right now. Too many knee-jerk reactions. So civil servants make noise around the Christmas. You run and you give them a 25% gratis payment. You didn't know you should have given them a payment before? We've got a caller online. Good night.
Hey, Brother Sheldon.
Hi, good night. Go right ahead, caller. You're live.
Good night. Hey, Brother Sheldon. I know, to me, I know God created everyone with a whole body. But like, it look like this government, they have a head, they have a neck, but they don't have a head. Because this government are thinking, we got to understand it. The poor people are, in any country will be the majority of people. And when they work and you give them money, they spend. If you give them $1,000, they must spend $1,500. You have people work. Usually every government that the rural Grenada, every time Christmas week, they give everybody get their pay. By the time on the 18th or the 19th of the month, they get the whole salary. And whenever they get that money, they spend that money. That money goes right back in the country. You have the government make a decision to give people half of the money, and after Christmas, give them half of the money. Right? So Christmas was dead. Look again, Sri Lanka independent coming up. I remember when anything in governance, even the previous NDC that was in 2008, independence was feel the sense of independence during Grenada. Even when NP was there, I know, so you have painting in the beautifying place, doing a little painting, right? So everybody's passing the sea, and they know that independence are really kind of. But Brother Sheldon, you don't see anything, right? The only thing I saw, Super 1-2 Bunting put up, right? And, well, I congratulate Brother Louis Salam. I signed up and he did a wonderful job. The same poor person again that do that. Same purpose again, but I didn't make the means of culture, right? Because if they get extra money, you could see yes, he worked for us, but you see what he did. You see what he did, because you have people that getting money and they don't working for it. But then I want to say to the Grenadian people, speak about what is going on in your country. Speak about what is going on in your country. Let the public know. You know what the thing? If you say you're a patriot and you love your country, you should put country first, not party first over country. Because if you want to put country first, you have to always encourage the Prime Minister to do better for the peace and stability of our nation and the security of the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Peter Martin, and for foreigners who come in here. Because no matter how nice a country may look in, but if people don't safe to come in the country, you know what could happen? Tourists who want to come here. Nobody want to come here. Even Grenada who went away and they hearing about what's going on in the country, they want to come. So the peace and security and safety of a country is very important for the development of a country. Sheldon, have a blessed night.
All right. Thank you very much, caller. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to get onto the inside of tonight's program. And I do believe we have a caller. Hello, good night.
Good night, Brother Sheldon. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Quite fine, man.
Yeah, joining kind of late, but I just wanted to, I want to ask a question. I need Dr. Mitchell or Prime Minister or Linda Stricker to answer.
Poor Linda.
Question for me. The question is, who is Mitchell Adler?
That's Mr. Deacon Mitchell's company. I could answer that for you. That's Mr. Deacon Mitchell's company. His name was attached to it on the CBI site up until recently.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah, we've done several programs on that one. When you say you join late, you maybe start listening to the program late. So we may have to revisit that during next week for you.
Yeah.
And for others.
The reason why I'm raising that is a top-notch NDC guy I was talking to, and he was telling me about it,
Yeah,
He's
because
very upset about it.
now Mitchell and Partners is registered as a company doing CBI, Citizenship by Investment, here in Grenada. If you go to the CBI website, they are there, right? CBI website, they are listed as a local agent. When we started on this program speaking about the fact that the Prime Minister, his name was there. He was the minister in charge of CBI, but he had a company involved in CBI, and he was the Minister of Finance. So if a company in CBI, who are the ones that would go to a local agent to get people, to get passports, so the local agent would make the money and the CBI company would make the money. Now, he was the one that had to also give them concessions. That's a clear conflict of interest. And now, you have a situation where the present Minister of Finance is also a CBI agent and also has to give the concessions to the companies who are doing projects under the CBI company.
Yeah.
You understand? So
the reason why I'm mentioning Linda Stricker is because she asking the wrong question. She needs to ask who is Mitchell and Partner. We need to know who is Mitchell and Partner. That's very important.
Okay, my brother.
Understand?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, and you have a lady they call Miss St. Bernard.
That's ASB Limited, and it's located at 15 Church Street, St. George. It's Miss Andrea St. Bernard. She's the treasurer of the NDC, and she's also an advisor. I don't know if she's relinquished that position, but she's also now a trade diplomat on behalf of the state of Grenada. So, and she continues to operate as a CBI company as well. So three: the Prime Minister, the Minister of Finance, and the Treasurer of the NDC / diplomat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to raise that because the person
that's good.
said about it. There's a member of the National Democratic Congress. I'm very upset about it.
Okay,
but
my
they
brother.
can't call to see because they don't want them to know, So they give me the message to deliver it.
Well, I think what I will do, my friend, is I will take some time during next week and revisit the issue of the CBI, because I'm checking the list now and I realize I'm still not seeing Brother Burke's company, because Mr. Nazim Burke, BSB, Burke, Sealy Burke, that company is now a registered, according to the government gazette, now a registered CBI company. And I'm not seeing it listed among the listing of local agents. I'm wondering why. I'm seeing the others. The Prime Minister's name has been removed, but his company is still there. Masabul Masako.
Well, we need to talk about that a little more, because the person upstairs, they say, then find Dr. Mitchell speaking about it, then find Linda Stricker asking the best question.
Paul Linda under all you.
Yeah?
Paul Linda Stricker under all you.
You need to ask the Prime Minister who is who's Mitchell and Partner. That's what I'm saying.
You realize when they're having some of these press briefings and so on, now that they say, oh, we're dealing with these issues and no other issues.
I know, but we need to pong that one on, because if it was Dr. Mitchell, they're talking about shrimp farm and they're talking about all different things. We need to talk about that, because this is very serious. That's what I'm saying. Public life, integrity in public life. People who write in integrity in public life with it.
All right, my brother. I thank you so very much for your call. And I am very glad that you have reminded me that it is time to bring that issue back to the fore once again.
Well,
I thank you.
The NDC supporter tell me to bring it on the program because they can't call it. That's what they tell me to do.
All right,
because
my brother.
They find that is conflict of interest.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so have a good night.
All right, thank you so very much.
All right.
44073. Oops, sorry to those of you that have been trying to call on the overseas line. I had it engaged. I am absolutely sorry. 4407377. That is the That is the number for you to call and get on the inside. Pauline down, all right? NNP in power, she getting cuss. NDC in power, she getting cuss. Oh, God. Why is Pauline Dahlia strength on? Why ain't call the other one? Oh, dear. We've got a call online. Hello, good night.
Yeah, good night, sir. How are you?
Hey, I'm quite fine. You go right ahead. You're live.
I just would like to say the host of the show should be a little more objective and neutral. Give everybody.
Boss, hold on. Let me tell you. I am very objective because no one can say what I'm saying are lies, but I have my bias. I do a program in support of the New National Party, and I don't have to duck from that or do like some people who do other program and say the impartial and the neutral. No, I'm a supporter of the New National Party.
But the neutral.
No, if you want to, no, not everybody is going to say what they have to say on this program. This is my program. And this is the program of the people that are listening and support the program, but I won't allow anybody to say what they want to say. You're gone, you see? No. I openly say it because you see me? One thing I cannot be in life is a hypocrite. I'm a supporter of the New National Party. Yeah? And I do a program in support of the New National Party. If I've said something and what I have said, you can prove it is wrong, then by all means call and do so. Yeah? But don't try and tell me, so what I'm supposed to do? Go in praise of Deacon Mitchell and the NDC when they're doing nonsense? Come on, man. Get a life. Yeah, seriously. No, I won't do that. Yeah? There are programs that are there. Why you don't call them and tell them be objective? When they were calling people all kind of names, when they were saying all sorts of nasty things about people, when they were doing personal attacks, when they were cussing everything in this country from the church down, they cuss everything. Me hear your voice calling and tell them be objective? Yeah? I'm very objective. Believe me, I'm very, very objective. Yeah? But I will not allow this program to become a program where anybody could just call and say anything. Well, best I just don't do a program then. Yeah? If you would like a program like that, you could go ahead and do a program. Nobody is stopping you. But I will not go down that road. All right? Nice. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. I'm a supporter of the New National Party. I ain't hiding that. There are people out there who are hypocrite. There are people out there who want to give you the impression that they're impartial. Yeah? That they don't support in anybody. And that's what, no, that is not me. No, I'm telling you as it is. I am what I am. We have a caller. Good night.
Hi, good night. How are you?
I'm quite fine. You go right ahead. You're live.
I am calling from Trinidad.
Hi, good night, Trinidad.
Yeah, how are you doing, man? Happy New Year.
Well, same to you as well.
I just wanted to check in about the third caller ago, who mentioned the ferry and the cargo vessel that was the contract and the arrangement that is being made with Guyana, Trinidad, and Barbados.
Yes.
And Grenada really missed out on a great opportunity there. And I'll tell you why. I have been visiting Grenada since last year. I told you my daughter is in university there by you.
Yeah.
And in Trinidad, when I compare the prices, everything from the food stuff and everything, drinks, it's exactly 4 times the amount you pay in Grenada. It's 4 times that amount in Trinidad. Trinidad, when you convert, it's 4 times in Grenada than Trinidad. So with that connectivity that was lost, it would have meant that the price of items could have gone down drastically.
Oh, because the shipping costs would have gone down.
Yeah,
and since the shipping costs go down, they've driven the cost down, yeah.
Yeah, I'm almost certain it would have gone down because they are going to use one of our big cargo vessels.
Wow.
It's a little slower, but it's one of the bigger ones that they're using from Trinidad to get that connectivity going. And the Grenada people would have loved that. I am so disappointed in that because the powers that be is
when people are not interested in the citizenry, the small man always suffers. And it's so sad to know that the people, I listen to the program every night regimentally, and it is sad to know, I'm a senior public servant in Trinidad.
Thank you.
And it's sad to know that where people and their fascisms and friend and favor, the few will just go up and the majority will stay back. It's sad to know that we all live in this planet Earth, and one man will be drinking champagne and eating caviar, while the other man will have to drink, as we would say, grass and make do. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's my point, but I really hope that the government of Grenada could reconnect through Carriacou, Minister of Foreign Affairs, and Minister to Minister, reconnect that entire arrangement and see if you all can interject into that and get on back on that.
Of course. It's very important.
That's my thought.
Go ahead, yeah.
That's my thought. Thanks.
All right, my brother, thank you. Yes, indeed. And as I say, I have a bias. I ain't hiding more, but every human being, and let's just understand this. Every single human being has a bias. There is no such thing as a human being that is unbiased. None. Every human being. It's based on different things. It may be based on where you come from. You may like angel harps instead of comancheros. You may be a pan wizard. You have your bias. So you're biased towards one or the other. You may be a Andre Garvey or a Helen Marie. You have your bias. You may be a GBSS or a PBC. If you want to see bias in this country, go. If you want to see bias in this country, go when they have intercall. You will see where it's bias. Yeah? Everybody has a bias. So I don't see why some people so uptight because I have a bias. I mean, the internet is there. If you want to do a program, go and do one. 4407377. That's the number to get on the inside. Now, the point that the last caller made is very important. Had Grenada been able to latch on and become part of that enterprise that is going to be having a shipping line running from Guyana to Trinidad and Barbados and back, Grenada would have been able to get items at a cheaper cost out of Trinidad because another avenue for major shipments would have been available. And as such, the shipping costs would go down, which means the cost of the item in Grenada would have been able to go down. So you had an opportunity. Because we buy a lot of stuff out of Trinidad. Yes, you want to start your own manufacturing here, but be reasonable. Yeah. I hear them talking about the juice factory in St. David and all well and good. Yes. But it has to be paired with agriculture because I remember when that was running before, the problem was that they ran out of fruits. They had to be buying fruits out of St. Vincent and otherwise to keep the factory running. That was the one that pre-existed there. But then, after that too, we heard that Winfresh was supposed to be going there under the last NDC, and now we hear somebody else take it over under this end. Let's see what's going on with that, right? But it must be strategic, not just knee-jerk, to be able to go and say somebody take it over, and soon you go see something, and then 2-3 years, nothing taking place. No, there must be a strategic approach to what is going on with these things. So if Grenada had been able to latch on to that enterprise that is taking place there, we would have been able to get goods out of Guyana, goods that are produced down there, sugar, rice, different things out of Guyana and out of Trinidad and even from Barbados into Grenada at a cheaper cost to the Grenadian people. Yeah? But again, they didn't care about that. All they're studying is gala. And while they're studying gala, they have some people out there gale. Yeah? They're studying gala and they have some people out there gale. Those of you that understand what I mean by galley, you know. Right? 44073. Lord, what I go and do and talk about intercall for look them Anglican High School and PBC and them start to run on the live. Oh gosh. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside tonight. Where is your MP? Have you seen your MP? Let me ask the people of St. Andrew Southwest. The people of St. Andrew Southwest. Tell me, give me a call. Let me know what is a major project that your MP has done for the constituency. Not something that was a holdover that Mrs. Yolan Bain Hosford was doing and he come in and he complete. What project is being done there? Yeah? What project? Tell me. The people in St. Patrick East, St. Patrick West, Carriacou, you're seeing all these projects and them in Carriacou, but you know all of those things were things that Kendra Maturin Stewart, was doing. The same botanical gardens they went in for the Christmas and they intend to go into for the independence and all that kind of thing is what they didn't say when that project was being done. Yeah, is what they didn't say when that project was being done. So I want to know tell me some new things that are being done that was ideas of them. And if you've seen them. We have a call online. Good night. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon.
Good night, my dear. How are you?
All the best. And good enough and all the best for the new year.
Same to you, my dear.
Just listen to this last caller. You hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you clearly. Go ahead.
Hello?
I'm hearing you clearly. You go ahead.
And good. And he really prompted me to talk. Sheldon, could you give us a number of people that was employed on the road program, what the government used to have? I know they had about over 3,000 people employed.
I can't remember the figure.
Get amount of,
I can get it, but I don't have it now.
Of people? Good. No. I heard that man from the south asking people to come out and walk free. I even heard how they have how much people coming down from here, giving them the free plane ride or whatever it is involved. Celebrating Grenada.
Wait, caller. Caller, don't just say that and skip. Were you here there? Because I've been hearing a story that, and I know that one of my callers just before the Christmas call and say this thing. So they are giving plane rides to people to come down for the independence?
Yes.
So that is where the 15 million going? Not in agriculture, not in youth development. That is where the $15 million going in? To pay for plane load of people to come down?
Come out and walk free and clean up. And you have, that's why I asked you if you could give the amount of people they employed over the road work for the Christmas. And now after Christmas, you're telling people come and walk free. Something wrong in Sheldon. What's going on in Grenada? We have some spirits of, I don't know what to say. Eventually I heard Pastor Lewis said it this morning or Monday with Carl. When Carl was on, Wednesday with Carl. Sheldon, something is not right. Something is not right in that country. You know what? I said this before, Sheldon. When they won, I went to the ward, and the ward said that they wanted a new king. And it has a lot of things behind why the Lord allowed them to have the new king. Because you see, people's heart, where your heart is, God will leave you to go that way at times. And this is why our country is in this state, Sheldon. It's nothing else because people's hearts are wicked, as the Bible says, and desperately wicked. And they're full of jealousy and condemnation and calling good bad and bad good. So if we are at that state, what prosperity will we have? And look at this man from Trinidad could observe the wickedness, what is going on. So what's going on? You understand what I'm saying? Something is not right. And for that independence, celebration, I am looking forward to talk to a few pastors who are in God, like Pastor Lewis, who's usually be on that program. Sheldon, we need some repentance to pray for God to help us. If people don't repent, he wouldn't help us because we are a set of wicked people and jealous, and I don't know what they want with Dr. Keith. This gentleman has helped us so well take the country out of bondage and helping people. But you know what? The enemy don't like people to be prosperous. He wants to keep down people when people will commit crime and do all set of things. And that is what's happening in Grenada today. It's not just these people, you know. There are spirits behind them. So I don't know where all these God-fearing people who pray in, where are they? Don't they understand what is going on spiritually in that country? Anyhow, I have a lot more to say, but let's leave that there for tonight. And
All right,
thank
my
you
dear.
for hosting this program. And don't worry, this guy we're talking about to be
Ooh,
what
I
he
don't
saying.
forget. I
Let
forget
it
that
go
one
on the
already.
other programs.
I forget that one
Hello?
already. I forget that call already. You know. We going
Okay,
past
good
them.
enough. Let it go somewhere else. But we are there to point out the evil these people are doing, and we will continue pointing out, and we have to pray that the spirit of bondage be broken in Grenada. I heard from one more thing before I go. I heard on NTV news a man was there commenting if Dr. Keith had moved or whatever, we would have won. He know nothing. He just talking what he wants, but don't he know that there are so much spirits behind what going on in Grenada? Good night, Sheldon.
All right. Thank you very much, caller. And let me say this. They're so interested. Why would, and this is why I just don't get into certain discussions with some of them. Why would someone who has openly stated that they don't like my political organization, that they don't like my political leader, and is comfortable with their present political organization that is different from me, be giving advice to me to help my political organization? Yeah? So when I hear people from the other side trying to tell NNP how to run NNP business, I close my ears to them. They get beat 3 times 15-0 already, and once NNP won 14-1 once. That was in 1984 with Dr. Mitchell as the General Secretary. And with him as Prime Minister, has won 15-0 3 times. I go take advice from the party that we beat 15-0. I go take leadership advice and other advice from them. You're right. I maybe go to school during August at night time. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. And what had me cracking up a while ago is that one of the listeners messaged me and saying that the MP is planting pumpkin. So I know they're talking about the MP in the south. And it looked like just now he about to plant carrots in the limes. That's what had me cracking up, folks. 440, I think we have a caller coming in on the WhatsApp. Let me try and get the caller in on the WhatsApp. Yeah, you're going to plant carrots in the limes next. Yes, caller on the WhatsApp. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm thinking about some historical events that took place in celebrating our independence.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you were around during that time, but I had the experiences to see quite a few things.
Go
and
ahead.
one of those things I think we should be celebrating, that one of no confidence in the government. We had that. We had that pre-independence.
I wasn't around.
A lot.
I wasn't even alive.
A lot of demonstration.
I'm not that old now. I wasn't even alive.
A lot of demonstration and thing. In that we are calling for no confidence in the Prime Minister. And in fact, during that period of time too, was it 83, the overthrow? We had a lot of guns around, and I'm wondering if it's not a replication of the same thing.
Well, we hope
because
not,
now
my
we have
friend.
guns again.
We hope not, my friend. We hope not. For all our sakes, we hope not. We hope that this is an aberration from the normal, and we hope not. But I can tell you, in the 1990s, and the caller who called earlier could testify to this. In the 1990s, you saw the proliferation of weapons in Trinidad and Tobago. They started right after the coup. You started seeing more and more guns on the streets. And you used to hear about a shooting here or shooting there until in the early 2000s coming up, it developed into what it is right now, that basically have some parts of Trinidad operating like the Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
And then the government there has taken the stance. And look, even just to make a point to what I was speaking about night before, with giving private citizens the opportunity, those that you vetted and everything is okay with them, the opportunity to have a licensed firearm. Bandits broke in to a home in Claxton Bay, excuse me, a home in Claxton Bay earlier this week in Trinidad, and the homeowner was able to deal with them because they had their licensed firearms, so they were able to fire some shots and get the people to leave. So you don't want to reach to that stage here, so you have to deal with different aspects. You have to deal with interdiction. You have to be able to stop them from coming in, right? You have to deal with that before you start talking about the people with the legal ones. It's just a nonsense, dunce approach, to be honest with you.
Yeah, what I tell you what's happening here, what I believe is happening here. Those guys, they hear about revolution. They saw guns on whatever figures they would have seen it on, guns, and we knew we had a lot of guns here during that time. And so they tried to replicate the same thing. That is this is what I believe. Morris Bishop is here again. This is what we call for, Morris Bishop, come and help us. That's the way Morris Bishop helped himself with the guns. And I'm hoping, I'm making a mistake here again. I'm hoping I'm lying. That this is not a matter of fact. That the boys, they are accustomed with the revolution. They are accustomed with guns. Some of them not accustomed with, but they would have heard about it. And so they figure, we want guns again. Morris Bishop is here. The revo is here again. And you hear they using phrases that they used to use during the revolution. And this is what is frightening to me. There was once, let me tell you something. One night, two guys fired bullets at me. All right? Live bullets, huh? One with a tree rifle and one with an automatic 25. And I saw the fire. I saw the smoke. My head shook when the bullets passed me. Yeah, my head shook when the bullets passed. And they were revolutionaries. And I won't go the full details, but they didn't know it was me. I should have been wearing uniform at that time. I didn't have my uniform on, but I was in police force. And if I was fired without asking a question, they fired at me. And
it's basically called being trigger happy.
Yes.
It's trigger happy. You want to shoot so bad that anything pass you pull your trigger. You're trigger happy. Yeah. Right.
So let us pray God that this is not the same thing that's happening now again.
Yeah.
Because the kind of news we're hearing, with the automatic firearms flying off, perhaps in the air, what have you, frighten people. I guess they're trying to frighten some NNP too, but they're trying to show the kind of powers that they have. And the leader poses himself as a very powerful one. And no lawyer, you have a lot of lawyers in the country, none of them is willing to take him on because they're afraid of him. I'm saying, as part of our celebration, we want to, as part of the history, let them go to our independence.
Okay. All right, caller.
We had no confidence in the government.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. 4407377, that's the number for you to call and get onto the inside, and 347-329-3101. And you see, when we celebrate 50 years, we have to remember, look at the other Caribbean islands. Look at each of them. Name one English-speaking French or Dutch, because I think that is all we have. I don't think we have any speaking Portuguese, no. But English-speaking French, Dutch, Spanish. Yeah, Santo Domingo and them up there already. Yeah, right. So look at all of those islands and ask yourself if any of the islands has the sort of history that this little island went through. That Grenada was able to go through a revolution, then go through the implosion of that revolution, then go through an invasion by the US. Trinidad can't say it was ever invaded by the US. Barbados can't say it. Jamaica can't say it. No other island in the OECS could say it. I don't think any of the ones in the French territories. I think Anguilla had England had invaded sometime in the 1970s. But they're British territory anyway, so they came in. They sent some troops in or whatever, if I can remember correctly. But none of the other islands went through the trauma that Grenada went through. And we are here. We are here. I spoke of it the other night, and many of us, when we woke up on that morning, well, not woke up, but when we went outside and the sun rise on Grenada the morning after Hurricane Ivan, I remember being in St. David and all I could hear was bawling. I could remember that. All you could hear from both sides of the hillsides where I was bawling. Because everybody say, well, people dead. We had have a call online. Good night.
Hey, Sheldon. Good night, bro. How are you?
Yeah, I'm quite fine, bro. You go right ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, man. Just in reference, I don't usually comment on what callers say, but a caller call and talk about, the proliferation of guns and the revolution, maybe 2.2 or whatever, my words say.
Mm-hmm.
And last night when I called, I tell you, I usually credit myself for having good intuition and almost forced.
You do. Several times you say thing and it happened about a week after, so.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, just today, the exact thing the guy talked about the revolution and the guns and the proliferation, I said the same. It came upon me very, very strongly. And I said there were some people that you heard it rumored that they had guns from the revolution. I know people who fire guns on March 13th and October 19th in observance or celebration, and you hear about them doing. And I heard the gunshots myself, and just today I am saying the same thing. And I said earlier, some calls ago, how worried I am about my country. And with this caller saying what he said there tonight, and my intuition, the way I felt and how this thing came, I think there is something not right, to quote the lady earlier on. Mm-hmm. We need to pray for this country, and I pray God deliver us from what looms and menaces us in this country. That's my contribution.
Right. Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
And before I forget, just to let you all know, yes, we are doing the Friday night program. We are doing a program tomorrow night. So just letting you all know that we are doing a program tomorrow night. So, Zoe, all you organized, right? But we are doing a program tomorrow night. So just letting you all know up front. All right? Yeah. So when you hear this thing is taking place now, and you're speaking about 50 years of independence, understand that our country has a lot to be proud of. A lot to be proud of. And I'm not just going to speak about COVID and the fact that Grenada, up to a particular point in time when some people just decide that they're not going to abide by what was put in place to safeguard us all, and then we ended up with how much 100 people dead right after, we had the best record because we were doing things in the proper manner. Yeah? And Grenada came out on the other end of that. Civil servants cannot say that they did not receive their salary and on time and sometimes before time. Different categories. Whether it's the same bus drivers I mentioned earlier or people working in the tourism sector, they receive their assistance, and so many other countries cannot speak to that. In fact, other countries started following Grenada's lead in relation to COVID-19. I tend to think some of us forget COVID-19 now. We in 2024. That was roughly 4 years ago, 2020. Around this time, you was hearing about this thing in China, but by the time March come, country had to go in lockdown. Yeah? Country had to go in, everybody terrified. We went through that, and we came out on the other end successful. Although this government wouldn't tell you, they wouldn't give you any figures in relation to COVID and so right now. They ain't tell you nothing about them thing. Yeah, they're hiding a lot of stuff. So they ain't putting out those figures and so. Also, remember, Grenada went through Ivan, we went through Emily, you went through Tropical Storm Lily, you went through Tropical Storm Lenny. A lot of people forget all these things. The same year that Ivan hit, you had a weather event that knocked off some roof earlier in the year, about January, February, in St. Patrick. You had the flooding in River Road. That same year. That's when the vehicles went down and ended up down by the Green Bridge. The Green Bridge that I hear they sell. Yeah, I've heard that they sold the Green Bridge, somebody. They sell the Green Bridge now. But those are the things. We have been through that. This country, right here. This country has been through that. Yeah? And we survived. If we survive Ivan, if we survive the revolution, if we survive Sky Red and all these things that took place, even the events leading up to independence, because I wasn't around, I wasn't born yet, but I could tell you from the archival documentation that I've seen and the footage that I've seen online of some of the events that led up to independence, to the fact that the flag had to be put up with people with flashlight aiming at it for people to see what's going on, because you had unrest in the country at that point in time. Yeah? And this country survived all of that. This 50 years, we're supposed to be patting ourselves on the back. But when you have people that lead the process that incompetent, when you have people that leading the process that basically don't even know what they're doing, all they're trying to do is self-aggrandizement. They want to make people feel, okay, they are the boss and they're doing this and they're doing that and they're so good at what they're doing. But when the time comes for the actual activities and so to take place, nothing. Yeah? Nothing. So these are some of the things that we see taking place right now. Independence is coming, and I will continue. I ain't doing like some people used to do when they're in opposition and go and tell people, go down in Camarón Park. We are Grenadians. If the place to be on Independence Day is the stadium, whether you support NNP, whether you support NDC, whether you support any political party, if that is the place to be, we are Grenadians. It's not an NDC activity. It's our activity. If it's there, we go in there. We ain't doing like what the present government, the people in the present government used to do. That they used to tell people, let's go down in Camarón Park when it's Independence Day. And try to pull people away from the government activities to some partisan party political activity, and now they're asking everybody to come together. We ain't doing like what some of the activists used to do and tell people that dressing up in the national colors in the days leading up to and independence, that you're dressing up like a clown. That's what they used to say. We are not saying that. We are saying that activities are taking place. Take part in them. You're already spending $15 million of your money on it, so better you take part in it and done. Take part. Be part of the activities that are coming up. And I hope that more information comes out in relation to these things. Yeah? So I hope that more and more we hear what is taking place so that we are able to become involved. Right? So folks, we're coming down to the close of tonight's program. Yes, so just some programming notes. One, we will be having Talking Points tomorrow night. Talking Point Fridays is on. So we are on tomorrow night. Some of you lovely listeners, make sure that I get to and from. So tomorrow night we will be on with Talking Points for a Friday. And we have quite a few things that I did not raise tonight that I intend to raise tomorrow night. Yeah? So Talking Points will be on tomorrow night, God's willing. Also, additional to that, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will be on GBN Beyond the Headlines on Monday night. We will be broadcasting via Talking Points. We will be broadcasting that interview with Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell on Monday via the Talking Points network. So you can look forward to that. I believe I will come on for the first 30 minutes or so. We won't just leave off and start at 8:30. I will come on for the first half hour, and then from there we'll go on to the interview with the opposition leader. I'm very sorry to the caller calling now. I won't be able to take your call, but definitely call back tomorrow night. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. In everything you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you and stay safe. Looking forward to interacting with you tomorrow night on Talking Points Friday.
They say Grenada is a waste of time. They cast it down. They say that the country is in decline. Since 74, and it's like she don't really go nowhere. In fact, they know that she has been in river since that day. But I am her son, a devoted one, with the rod and staff. I'm here on her behalf, just to issue a simple message. Exercise some restraint. I want all our children hold some strength. Please hold some strength, give her some time. She's not yet in her prime. She's only 15. She's still growing, still maturing. Relax and take it easy. Cause many others who are rushing girls, they hold more than road. They ain't stagnant hold, and they see in a lot of trouble. Financially they are unstable. So before you criticize them,